This week begins the NFL Combine, where college football players descend upon Indianapolis and try to prove they are worthy of an NFL draft spot. And Rich Eisen pretends he's still fast. Hey Broncos Country, I'm Lori Lattimore-Volkman, and this is the Roundup. Before we get to Broncos news, I have a special shout out to my son's 8th grade hoops team that made it to the semifinals of the state tournament this past weekend. The Crusaders were 3-0 heading into the semifinals, where they suffered a disappointing loss to a very good team. Either way, it was a great season and a great tournament.
TriStar King basketball! Woo!
Congrats, Crusaders. You deserve it. Now, go get back on the court and do what I told you on defense. But back to the Broncos. Just before the Broncos coach and GM kicked off their annual Combine pressers, there was a special podcast on Sunday night featuring Russell Wilson talking with Brandon Marshall. Marshall's I Am Athlete podcast highlighted the debacle near the end of the season with Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. Wilson said all the things we would have expected.
I got more fire than ever, honestly, especially over the past 2 years of what I've gone through. Whether if it's in Denver or somewhere else, I hope it's in Denver. You know, I hope I get to finish there. I committed there. I wanted to be there. You know, I want to be there.
Hold on, you can go back to Denver, bro?
I can go back there.
You can play with Coach Payton again?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
For me, it's about winning. It's about winning. Over the next 5 years, I want to win too. I want to feel the chill of that trophy again. So, you know, yeah, I want to go back to Denver. I hope I get to go back. You know, I'd love to go back, but you know, you also want to be a place that wants you too. So,
for the Wilson fans out there, and I'm one of them, this was nothing more than his PR team getting out ahead of the news that is likely coming soon, which is that the Broncos will cut him before the March 17th deadline that will guarantee his 2025 salary. And if you weren't paying attention, Sean Payton actually made it very clear in Week 16 when he benched Russell Wilson in favor of Jarrett Stidham. But then Payton made it even more clear on Tuesday in his presser when he announced that a decision would be coming in the next 2 weeks. Really, none of that was news, as we all know what the decision is going to be.
I expect that we're going to know fairly quickly. I said it's a Super Bowl, but I think more specifically, I think there's a couple factors here. You know, obviously the cap projections came out. We're further down the road with the draft class, obviously the pro free agents. So I would anticipate it being within the next 2 weeks.
The more interesting comments came when Payton was asked about the quarterbacks the Broncos plan to talk to. No surprise, J.J. McCarthy was at the top of the list. Given what Payton reiterated at the press conference of what traits he likes in a quarterback, J.J. McCarthy certainly fits the bill.
Man, how quickly can they process the information? For some, when you get them in rookie minicamp, you realize it's I've been with a rookie before and just feel like this is not how I wanted it to go. He's having trouble spitting out the plays. Maybe it takes a while. Maybe that's something that you realize is going to be a hindrance or set him back. I think we shouldn't miss on accuracy because we get to see it. We shouldn't miss on stature because we get to feel it and look at it and measure it. We shouldn't miss on athleticism. All of those traits should be easier to be correct on, but the more difficult ones, leadership, we shouldn't miss on. We should feel that and be able to research that. But it's that other element, and it's really the difference of just that. And for some, it's 2 thumb thicks, and for others, it's 1, and you hope it's 1.
Both of the Paytons, however, acknowledged that taking a quarterback in the draft is always risky.
Obviously, there's no certainty, or else we'd be fantastic with the draft. There's certain risks.
I mean, it's the most important position in sports, so it's important. Whether it's from within. That's why this is taking a long time. It's not just going to happen overnight. Our decision is very important. But if you're going to draft one, I mean, that's obviously very difficult. And And so we're going to put a lot of time into it, like we do every position. But the quarterback position is just that much. There's more mistakes, it seems like, at quarterback, especially in the first round.
So the question is, in our interactions, meetings with quarterbacks here, what's important? I think all of it. We use that term grit a lot, but that that ability to get up time and time again, overcome adversity. I think one thing that's hard to measure is their ability to multitask and process and make decisions. It's one thing. Like, you can visit with someone and, they can be intelligent, but man, how quickly can they deliver the information and how quickly can they get through the progression? Are they accurate? There's some fundamental things that we have to see that are present. And so sometimes it's not as difficult as we make it out to be. And then sometimes, listen, it's very difficult. And so I think we'll be really good at this. And I think to some degree we're glad that a lot of people aren't.
But the head coach is definitely trying to get the Broncos off the QB carousel it has existed for so long and find a permanent solution at quarterback.
Finding the right solution to quarterback in this league, which is obviously very competitive in our division, I think it's vital. I saw this humorous meme the other day where there's a Bronco fan with a shirt on, and there was 8 quarterbacks' names with a cross through it, and he's drinking the quarterback Kool-Aid, and our job is to make sure that this next one, doesn't have a line through it.
That would be really freaking nice. Go Broncos.